or grits and salt and pepper, you know? So we discuss this from time to time, but the word for today is challenge, challenge. So you look at the definition, it's a call to engage in a contest, a fight, or competition. A demand. Maybe it's a demand for explanation or justification. A calling into question. So challenge. So are you a type person that, let me ask you a question on this. Just maybe you can put it in the chats if you want to, but are you the type person that you're willing to challenge and question things? Or are you more of a person that sits back, listens, goes, researches, and it might take you a day or two or three to form your challenge? Some people are reactive people. Vince Green just talked about that. An amazing attorney from Michigan said a lot of people plead the fifth. They just can't be quiet. So much truth to that. And so are we quick to challenge things, or do we take time and we collect the facts before we challenge? I think I straddle the fence on both sides. It depends on if you attack the inner beast in you, that you might quickly challenge something immediately, right? If it hits you the wrong way. So, all right. Every challenge, every adversity contains with it the seeds of opportunity and growth. And where I went this morning, I immediately thought about, and I've told you about this, one of the places I went to be the head football coach, I took over that program in July, late July. Now, as you know, you start football, like you're going to play your first game late August. So there's not a lot of time. And that first year we went 1-9, 1 win, 9 losses. It was a challenge. I remember doing 6 a.m. weight workouts, and I'd have to get up at like 4 a.m. every morning to do those. And I remember thinking to myself, what are you doing? You've lost your mind. Like, you've lost your mind, because I left a program that was just blowing it up that year, winning games. They were having the time of their life. I knew all the kids, and I'm like, why did I leave to go here and feel like that I have been dropped off in a foreign place with no ammunition, nothing to protect myself? I mean, it was miserable. It was a challenge. And I think back, and long story short, we went on to do really great things there. The staff did, the kids did. But every challenge, every adversity contains with it the seeds of opportunity and growth. And because of the challenge, I grew so much from that. And then I got involved in network marketing, and I feel like I could write a book about the challenges that everybody thinks that you're just up here and it's just been an easy sell to there, and it's like, oh no. challenges, but they are truly opportunity and grow and ability to grow if you're willing to just continue to go left foot, right foot, step, left foot, right foot, step. I'm going to move through this. And so I'm already out of time. I put here in my notes this morning, I said, if you want to experience success of any kind in life, you or me, either one, you have to seek out challenges and develop the growth mindset that is necessary for challenging yourself. Like, you got to. And I put this down. I said, you can't grow if you never try to improve yourself. I think we all know that. You can't deepen your bond with your significant other if you don't challenge yourself at times to be vulnerable and go, you know what? I'm just not perfect. I screw up. Like, I mess up. I'm flawed. You can't succeed financially if you don't challenge yourself to understand the financial industry. And I've had growing pains at this. Still do. I purchase a property, I do something, and I go, ooh, might have should have looked into that a little more before you did that. But it is an opportunity to grow. All forms of success demand that you take on a growth mindset, a challenge, and you ditch the easy, flat, predictable path. And I said this the other day about him, but I'm going to say it again. It's actually a couple, Hill and Diane Blue. You ditch the easy, flat, predictable path. They could have tried to do the industry they're in and network marketing the same way. They've always done it for 20 years. But they decided that they were going to challenge their limits, not limit their challenges, and start to do TikTok and things. And the reason I say it is because actions speak louder than words. These two people have been on a tear of new enrollments in the company, new brand partners coming into the company. And why do I know that? Because they're in my organization. I see it. So they're not talking the talk, they're walking the walk, because they challenged their limits. They didn't limit their challenges. They ditched the easy, flat, predictable path and stepped out to learn something that most people would go, I can't do that at my age. I'm not going to, and they come up with all these excuses. So congratulations, you two, for what you did, what you're doing. And you're a lesson to all of us. So Andrea, I'm sorry I took too much time. I'm going to turn it to you.
No, this was beautiful. I love this lesson. This was a really great one for me. So hopefully it is for you guys too. So the quote that I loved was, challenges are gifts, opportunities to learn. And that's Andy Andrews. And I, for one, can be the sort of person that maybe doesn't always appreciate a good challenge. Like, I want to be challenged in certain ways, but the minute I get too uncomfortable, I'm like, never mind, just kidding, make it easy again. So what I looked into is kind of how to get more comfortable with being challenged, how to challenge yourself more and become more challenge loving. So first of all, 5 ways to challenge yourself. First would be ask for honest feedback. And I don't know about you guys, but this can be hard to, turn to the people in your circle and say, hey, tell me how I'm really doing, right? Kind of like the husband and wife, and she says, do these pants make my hiney look big? And the husband's running because there's no way he wants to answer that question honestly, right? Because she probably wants a big fat no. It's perfect, right? So you have to be open to asking for that honest feedback, because I'll tell you, have you ever surrounded yourself with people that just say nice things? Right? Like, they just tell you exactly what you want to hear. They just are bolstering up. Yeah, it can feel really good, but does it help you grow? Does it make you a better person? Or would it be better if they said, you know what, Cheryl, I love your spirit. You are so sweet, but I really think you could improve at emptying the dishwasher, right? Then maybe Cheryl would be a better dishwasher emptier. And obviously I can't think of any way to improve Cheryl. So that's how she got dishwashing. But becoming open and seeking that feedback at home and at work, it can be challenging, but it can help us have that growth mindset that Coach was talking about. Number 2 is set some big, scary goals. So sometimes when we're, can be a little bit complacent, we don't set those hard goals. So maybe John Frick wants to become a professional surfer, right? Maybe Melinda, you never know, maybe Melinda wants to open a restaurant where they only eat in the dark. So like served in the dark, and they've got to she just wants a super creative restaurant. But what we can do is we don't challenge ourselves and we shrink our goals, because they don't, anything else can be a little bit scary, but you've got that dream. So way to challenge yourself, set that big goal and go get it, right? Whatever it may be, go take action and go get it. And then number 3 is don't settle for what you already know. This world, we've seen it. I feel like it was on fast forward the last 2.5 or 3.5, however long it is, many years. This world is constantly changing. And some of us can get stuck in our ways, and we don't want to necessarily learn or grow, but we have to challenge ourselves to kind of keep pace. So be like Hill and Diane and jump on kind of the new things and challenge yourself to learn them. But on the flip side, number 4, challenge yourself to take a break from social media. You think, well, that's kind of a weird one. Excuse me. But sorry. And this one, for some of us, this could be a little hard. It could feel a little bit weird, but you don't need to do it forever, right? Like, it doesn't need to be forever, but it can be a powerful way to challenge ourselves to take a break from social media. And it can help us reconnect with ourselves and figure out what we need to do to make ourselves better instead of jumping into the comparison pool. Because sometimes when we're in there, I'm looking at Eva Marie and I'm looking at all these different people and I'm comparing, and I'm not figuring out what Andrea needs to do to challenge herself. And then lastly, get really good at expressing your own needs. And, if the idea of being vulnerable, if the idea of expressing what you need from other people feels uncomfortable, well, then this could be a really powerful challenge. So sharing our needs can be terrifying, right? Saying, you know what, pause for a moment. What I really need in this moment is, or what I really need overall is, that can be hard. But sometimes challenging yourself looks like advocating for yourself and figuring out what you want and being brave enough to share it. So I love this one, Coach. I learned some good lessons. Hopefully you guys did too. Good stretch, Rick.
Definitely great lesson this morning. And I got to give a shout out to Mr. Tracy Turnberg for jumping on yesterday and helping out. And just so you know, in the coming weeks and going forward, we're going to occasionally reach out. So feel free to say, you know what, no, I don't want to do that. But we would like for some of you to jump in and participate with us on a word. Super powerful to do that. And so thanks, Tracy, for doing that yesterday. But guys, have a great Thursday. We love you. We're grateful for you. Thank you for coming in every morning.
God bless.
Thanks, Brent.
Thank
Andrea.
you.
You guys have a great
Thank
day.
you. Thanks, Robin.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Guys, grateful.